What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97 and welcome back to my WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. This time, we're back with more main event coming to you from Buffalo, New York. And we are kicking things off here in Buffalo with some singles action. And what a match we have in store for you. It is Tyson Kidd taking on the newly crowned Intercontinental Champion, Cody Rhodes. Of course, Tyson Kidd, we have not seen him since his loss to Jack Swagger at the Slammy Awards. Kidd, he did suffer, once again, unfortunately for Kidd, he suffered a bit of a minor injury after that match with Swagger. But unlike last time, Kidd has managed a quicker recovery. But this is not looking too good for Tyson Kidd. These frequent injuries, of course, it was not too long ago that Tyson Kidd was put on the shelf by Brock Lesnar. At this point, concerns are definitely starting to rise as to whether or not Tyson Kidd has become injury prone. But for Tyson Kidd's sake, he has to put that in the back of his mind. He just has to focus on getting victories. And this would be a hell of a time to do it, taking on the Intercontinental Champion, Cody Rhodes. We already have our matchup set in place for Extreme Rules, but if Tyson Kidd could defeat Rhodes here tonight, could potentially line himself up for a title shot in the future. Speaking of the Intercontinental title, it seems as though Cody Rhodes has brought back the Classic. Of course, this was the Intercontinental Championship that Cody Rhodes was pursuing in the first place. If you remember way back to Extreme Rules 2 years ago, that was when The Miz changed the design of the Intercontinental Championship. He got rid of the white belt, he got rid of the old classic design and went back to a more modern Intercontinental title. And it's been that championship ever since, but now Cody Rhodes seems as though he's looking to restore some heritage to the Intercontinental Championship. And well, I guess welcome back to the new old design. We'll have to work on what exactly we call it, but it's the Intercontinental Championship nonetheless. And hey, I mean, Cody Rhodes is the champion, so I guess it's it's up to his discretion as to what title he wants to carry around. As Tyson Kidd now, we get a bit of chain grappling between the two men. Cody Rhodes, though, with a clothesline. And look at Cody Rhodes telling Tyson Kidd to bring it on. You're going to have to come at me with more than that if you want to try to take home the win. As now it's Tyson Kidd who's got the headlock, but this time Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes able to force a separation. Ducking underneath. No, but this time it's Kidd who responds with a drop kick. And Tyson Kidd telling Cody Rhodes to bring it on. And here we go again, collar and elbow tie-up. This is what you'd expect from two specialists like this, just back and forth exchanging grapples, as now Cody Rhodes has him from behind in this rear chin lock. But a counter by Kidd as he now has him in a slide headlock. But Rhodes now with the head scissors. Beautiful sequence there from Kidd and Rhodes. Of course, Tyson Kidd, the last graduate of the Hart family dungeon. But Cody Rhodes, of course, he's the grandson of a plumber. The son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. These two men, I mean, they are truly gifted athletes. Wrestling is in their blood. As Cody Rhodes now drives the knee straight into the face of Tyson Kidd. But, of course, their stories have been quite different. With Tyson Kidd, he has sort of been on the decline as of late, whereas Cody Rhodes, his stock has never been higher. After winning that 6-man ladder match at WrestleMania with the Intercontinental Championship now in his possession, off that middle rope bulldog, Cody Rhodes goes for the pin, but Kidd able to kick out at a count of 2.5. Cody Rhodes, he's got a strong upper hand at the moment. Kick to the midsection, DDT. As Tyson Kidd now is on the back foot. Cody Rhodes looking for a submission here. Looking to target that leg of Tyson Kidd. And of course, Tyson Kidd, you can't knock his high-flying ability either. But if Cody Rhodes can neutralize that, well, try to slow down the pace of this matchup, but that clothesline is not going to serve to slow down the pace of the match at all. In fact, Tyson Kidd is looking to ramp it up over the top rope. Tyson Kidd launching himself. Bit of an awkward landing for Kidd, but he got all of that one. But the question is, has Kidd, you know, with these recurring minor injuries, with a move like that, a risk like that, Tyson Kidd could potentially aggravate those injuries. And again, Kidd took a risk, and he didn't connect the way that he would like. Perhaps Kidd is playing it a bit too risky in this matchup, but really, can you blame him? I mean, Tyson Kidd just humiliated by Swagger at the Slammy Awards. You have to imagine there's a sense of urgency from Tyson Kidd. But Cody Rhodes with a picture-perfect crossbody. 1, 2. No, a kick out by Kidd. Perhaps Tyson Kidd isn't quite all there mentally, and that's causing him to make these mistakes, whereas Cody Rhodes is on his A game as he takes Kidd down with Dark Matter. 2, 3, no. Kidd manages to kick out at the last second. But the advantage clearly goes to Cody Rhodes in this matchup. Tyson Kidd has just been a step behind. As now Cody Rhodes has got Tyson Kidd, tossing him to the outside. And Cody Rhodes is looking to kick it up a notch. Cody Rhodes measuring his man. He's looking to the ropes. Here we go. Full out of steam. Suicide dive to the outside. Cody Rhodes putting his body on the line for the sake of the victory. And these people love him for it. As Cody Rhodes tosses Tyson Kidd into the ring, Rhodes gonna follow him in. But not looking for the pin, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes looking to increase his advantage, but Tyson Kidd able to counter the suplex. Block it with a knee to the skull. And now Tyson Kidd has got him for a pump handle gutbuster. Brilliant move by Tyson Kidd. As now Kidd springs over the top rope, and he's looking to ascend to the next level. Tyson Kidd from the high rent district, a blockbuster. And is that enough? Has Tyson Kidd just defeated the Intercontinental Champion too? No! It's gonna take more than that to put away Cody Rhodes. And Tyson Kidd, he is experiencing that firsthand. As there's a boot to the midsection and another one. Tyson Kidd has got Cody Rhodes by the back of the head. And now it looks like Tyson Kidd is gonna dump Cody Rhodes to the outside. And Tyson Kidd, he's starting to heat up through the middle rope. A cannonball senton to the outside. And now the crowd comes unglued for Tyson Kidd. An incredible match to kick off this episode of Main Event. Kidd and Cody Rhodes are on fire right now. As it took, Tyson Kidd a bit of a slow start in this matchup, but he's finally starting to come into his own as he nails it, the code blue. Tyson Kidd drills him with the code blue, and now hook of the leg on Rhodes. 1, does he have him 2? Does he have him 3? Yes, no! Rhodes able to kick out the last second. But Tyson Kidd continues to go on the attack, not letting it get to him, not showing signs of frustration. But Rhodes with a reversal. Tyson Kidd going for the ride, face first into the canvas. As Cody Rhodes now bringing him back to his feet. There's a reverse elbow. And there, a cross chop to the throat. Cody Rhodes, vicious strikes on display here. And down goes Tyson Kidd. Cody Rhodes up to the top rope. From the top, moonsault. Beautifully executed, hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3, no. Tyson Kidd, I don't know how he's still alive in this matchup. Cody Rhodes in a bit of disbelief, but now Rhodes. Could Cody Rhodes be looking to finish him off? As he's got him, crossroads. Both men are down off the crossroads. Rhodes crawling for the pin. Can barely get the arm across Tyson Kidd, but he gets the win. You can just see how much that matchup has exhausted the champion. Without a doubt, still recovering from that Intercontinental Championship ladder match at WrestleMania. But what a performance by both of these men. Cody Rhodes able to pick up the win in the end, though, and building critical momentum towards the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. The Extreme Rules match card is shaping up to be truly something special, and I can think of no better place to start than with the man who we just saw defeat Tyson Kidd moments ago, and that is, of course, Cody Rhodes defending his Intercontinental Championship in a Hell in a Cell triple threat match against Chris Jericho and Austin Aries. A lot has happened in this past week to really set this match card into motion. One of the matches that we can also confirm is the World Heavyweight Championship Fatal 4-Way match between Cesaro, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and Seth Rollins. Rollins recently qualified for this matchup by defeating AJ Styles and Randy Orton in a handicap matchup, though you could give a bit of an assist to Randy Orton for leaving AJ Styles high and dry in the middle of the match. We also learned that Asuka will be defending her Women's Championship against Emma after Emma defeated Charlotte on SmackDown. We also saw Daniel Bryan defeat John Cena last night to become the #1 contender for Kevin Owens' WWE Championship. So it will be Owens versus Bryan at Extreme Rules. In other news, the Dudley Boys issued a challenge for the Tag Team Championships on the last episode of Main Event, and that match was made official, so it will be the Primetime Players defending their tag team titles against the Dudley Boys in a tables match. And while we're on the topic of tag team matchups, we also found out that Blake and Murphy will take on The Revival in a 2 out of 3 falls match. And speaking of The Revival, they are set for tag team action here on Main Event. And here we go, folks. The Vaudevillians have made their way into the ring. They are set to take on The Revival in tag team action. And as you just heard moments ago, The Revival will take on Blake and Murphy at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view in a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match. That is going to be crazy. I mean, we already saw the Fatal 4-Way tag team elimination match at WrestleMania. We saw how crazy that got. But when you've got two teams like The Revival and Blake and Murphy, who, I mean, the personal animosity between the two teams is just off the charts. Not to mention their skill levels. We are going to see a hell of a war go down in just 2 weeks at Extreme Rules, rather. But for right now, it's an exhibition match for The Revival. They're taking on the Vaudevillains, just looking to keep their momentum going. We saw them blindside Blake and Murphy on the last episode of Monday Night Raw. But now tonight they're here, set for tag team action against the Vaudevillains, who have been a step behind. Well, maybe a couple of steps behind as of late. We saw the Vaudevillains put up an impressive performance against the Primetime Players last week, but they couldn't get the win at the end of the day. And really, they're just back to square one yet again. So this is an important match for the Vaudevillains. If they could, play the role of spoiler, pick up the win over the Revival, and just halt their momentum going into Extreme Rules, I mean, that would definitely serve to boost the rankings of the Vaudevillains. As there you see a stiff jab by Scott Dawson. And immediately Scott Dawson goes on the attack. I think that jab caught Aiden English off guard, as Dawson drives the elbow into the top of the head, and now a leg drop. As now Scott Dawson just unloading on Aiden English. There's nothing pretty about the Revival. No flips, just fists. They're not about flashy offense. They're not about risking their bodies for the sake of the, fan appreciation. They are out there solely for the win. And they will use any means necessary to do so. As Scott Dawson goes for the pin off that boot to the face. But English able to kick out. Of course, we saw at WrestleMania, the Revival played a hand in assisting Seth Rollins in that 60-minute Iron Man match against Dean Ambrose. But Blake and Murphy came down to the ring and prevented the Revival from interfering in that matchup any further than what they had already done. As now you see a tag made to Dash Wilder. Simon Gotch not too happy with this. But there's nothing he can do. This is the Revival's game. This is their mentality. And this is why they have been so successful in such their short time, and in the short time that they've been here in Universe Mode. Of course, they debuted a few months ago by assaulting both Hideo Itami and Finn Balor on separate occasions, trying to give Blake and Murphy the assist in their tag title match at the Royal Rumble. So I mean, really, the Revival, ever since they walked in the door, they've just been interfering in Blake and Murphy's business. And perhaps at Extreme Rules we can put that little feud to bed in that 2 out of 3 falls match. But right now we gotta focus on the strength of Simon Gotch, as he was just, getting a bit of a workout in with that suplex. And now the manliest of elbow drops. But Gotch unaware of his ring presence. That was a sloppy mistake by Simon Gotch. And, well, you can see he's paying for it right now. Gotch not too happy with that development. Tried to make a tag to Aiden English, but Dash Wilder's got him with a roll-up. But Scott Dawson distracting the referee. Perhaps a bit of miscommunication by the Revival. And Simon Gotch able to kick out. As there's a massive forearm to the face by Dash Wilder. Simon Gotch stumbling to his feet, but a counter by Gotch with these reverse elbows. Perhaps that, what could have potentially been the turning point for the Revival was instead hampered by a brief miscommunication. And now the Vaudevillians are back on top as Aiden English tags back into the fray. He's got Dash with a Michinoku driver, and he hooks the leg. 1, 2, but a kick out by Wilder. But the Vaudevillians, they're backing the Revival into a corner here. As now Aiden English backed into a corner and a massive clothesline by Dash Wilder. And just like that, at the drop of a dime, the Revival able to change the complexion of this matchup, able to shift the pace, shift the momentum. As now a tag made to Scott Dawson. Here comes Dawson with a full head of steam and assisted clothesline. And Aiden English he just dropped to the mat like a sack of potatoes. As now Dawson measuring his man. And another massive clothesline by Dawson. The Revival, they're not about respect. They're all just about doing whatever it takes to achieve victory. And, when you go up against a team like the Vaudevillians, who are all about chivalry, it definitely is an interesting juxtaposition between the two teams, but right now it seems as though the Revival aren't having too much trouble dealing with the Vaudevillians, as Scott Dawson just about blew out Aiden English's knee. And that usually serves as the prelude to this inverted figure 4 leg lock. Scott Dawson, he's got Aiden English. English can't quite reach out to those ropes. And he can't hang on. Aiden English forced to tap out. Scott Dawson, by way of submission, picks up the tag team victory for the Revival. And the Revival continue to build momentum heading into Extreme Rules. Can this team be stopped? Blake and Murphy, they failed to do it at Roadblock. But now they've got a 2 out of 3 falls match, so they've got, perhaps a plan B. But I don't know. The Revival have just been unstoppable since they hit the scene. But if anybody could beat them, I guess it would be Blake and Murphy. And here we go, folks. Main event time. And it's singles action. As representing Tuesday Night SmackDown, it is the man who lost to Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. The self-proclaimed best in the world, although after that match at WrestleMania, we might have to start calling him the second best in the world. It's the Second City Saint, the straight edge savior, C. CM Punk. And tonight, here on Main Event, CM Punk is set to take on the Wyatt family's failed experiment, Braun Strowman. And CM Punk, well, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire for him. There's no easy comeback for this man. He came up short at WrestleMania in, well, the match that everybody has been talking about. It's a bona fide contender for Match of the Year. But ultimately, CM Punk, all the praise, it's not going to do any good for him if he can't win matches. And that's just what he has to do. If he wants to recover from that loss to Daniel Bryan, he needs to string together the victories. And this is his chance to do so. But Braun Strowman, well, I mean, Braun Strowman, he's an aimless monster at the moment. I mean, he's a freak of nature, a force of destruction, but he has no goal. He has no real purpose. And, I mean, we saw how that impacted him at the WWE Draft when he took on Sami Zayn. You know, Braun Strowman, I think he has all the tools he needs to be a success. But his history with the Wyatt family has really held him back. I mean, the fact that he was outcast by Bray Wyatt, I mean, we don't know where this man Braun Strowman came from. Bray Wyatt claims to have, grabbed this man from the streets to make him what he is today. And you can only imagine how much that is weighing on the mind of Braun Strowman to have somebody, perhaps you saw as like a brother. Perhaps even a father figure. We don't exactly know the situation between Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, but you have somebody who, whatever condition Strowman was in before, he obviously was worse off than he was with the Wyatt family. But then Bray Wyatt just abandoning him, you have to think that that's going to play a big detractor on Braun Strowman's psyche. But if he can get over that hurdle, if he can get that out of his mind, I do think that Braun Strowman could potentially be a future world champion. Let's just look at this. I mean, the fact that he's able to just manhandle CM Punk like that, I mean, if that's not an indicator, I mean, CM Punk, a former two-time WWE champion, and he's having some trouble against Braun Strowman here tonight. As Strowman right now, he's got the clear upper hand. So, I mean, he's showing right now that he has the ability. He can bring the fight to a world championship contender. But it's just whether or not he can finish that opponent off. I mean, he was unable to do so against Sami Zayn. We'll see if he can do so to CM Punk here tonight. As Punk able to kick out at a count of 1. But Braun Strowman, I mean, it's very clear that Strowman is just dominating CM Punk right now. And how often can you say that? CM Punk getting dominated in that ring. Massive right hook to the side of the skull. As Strowman gonna toss the Second City Saint into the corner. And now just massive shoulders to the midsection of CM Punk. And now Strowman looking for a submission hold. Braun Strowman just looking to suck the life out of CM Punk. With this, like a modified camel clutch. And CM Punk can't even see Braun Strowman. His hands covering his eyes, but Punk able to slip out of it. And that's just the ring presence of CM Punk. Able to take Strowman down with a drop toe hold. But Strowman already trying to get back to his feet. Punk able to kick him straight in the midsection. And this is what Punk has to do. Keep the big man grounded. And just really lay into him with these strikes. We know that CM Punk has an incredible striking ability. So this really would be his advantage. Try to use those educated feet. And keep Strowman grounded. Don't allow him to use his power. Because that's when Strowman... Oh, there's a counter by Strowman. Punk also would want to try to quicken the pace. Oh, but look out, look out. Choke slam, no counter. Punk able to avoid disaster by countering that attempted choke slam. As now Punk with a punch to the face. Look at this! Oh, the back suplex into the knee. We saw Punk use that move against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Has he scored the win over Braun Strowman? No. Strowman powers at it, a count of 2. And CM Punk, well, he's a little beside himself at the moment. I mean, CM Punk now with the Shining Wizard to the face and a Bulldog. CM Punk, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is somebody, I mean, CM Punk, he's not used to facing Braun Strowman. This is the first time these two men have faced off, and you can see that CM Punk is struggling right now. As there's a massive clothesline from the middle rope. CM Punk hooks the leg on Strowman. 1. Does he have him 2? Not even a 2 count. And just look at that. You can read the body language of CM Punk like a book, folks. I mean, he's still recovering from that WrestleMania match with Daniel Bryan. I mean, we saw the means that Punk had to... Oh, my God. Punk looking for a Hurricanrana. But Strowman caught him in midair. And then just drove him straight into the canvas with that powerbomb. And now Braun Strowman. Strowman with one of his signature moves, that elevated cutter. And is that going to be enough? Is that going to be enough to put Punk away? 1. Does he have him 2? Does he have him 3? No. Punk is still alive, but I don't know how much he has left. Braun Strowman is getting closer and closer to defeating the former WWE Champion. As now look at the raw power of Braun Strowman. Just picking him up, tossing him down like a rag doll. And here we go again, a military press, and again just dropping CM Punk. And I almost thought he was going to toss him out of the ring. As now Braun Strowman, well, now he's going to toss him out of the ring. I don't know if Strowman overheard me or what, but Braun Strowman, I don't think he did. I think Strowman, he's just in a destructive trance at the moment. As out on the outside now, he's got Punk up against the barricade. As Strowman drops him face first off of that barricade. And CM Punk could be out right now. As Braun Strowman's got him. Uranagi side slam off the corner of that barricade. And CM Punk, he's in serious pain right now. And that's what Braun Strowman is all about, is punishing his opponents. And that's where perhaps his history with Bray Wyatt could pay dividends. Is all this untapped rage that Braun Strowman possesses. And each and every time he hits the ring, he just unleashes a tiny bit of it onto his opponents. And now Strowman looking to... Well, he was trying to look to make Punk pass out. But Punk able to counter with the reverse elbows. And now CM Punk whips him into the corner. Running knee. And a Bulldog once again. CM Punk starting to kick it into another gear. As now to the high rent district. Elbow, or leg drop rather. Do I even understand the human anatomy? That was very clearly a leg drop. As now CM Punk takes Braun Strowman down, and he's got him in the Anaconda Vice. The Anaconda Vice is locked in. Braun Strowman. Is the big man going to submit? Can CM Punk force Strowman to tap out, or at least pass out to the Anaconda Vice? No, look at Strowman just able to toss Punk away like a fly. And now Braun Strowman. He could be looking for a Kevin Nash-like jackknife powerbomb. But CM Punk able to slip out of it. And Punk now, this time, takes him down with the Hurricanrana. And CM Punk, I think he realized his chance. He's gonna go to the top rope again. I mean, he's gotta utilize risks like this against Strowman. What other choice does he have? Elbow drop, paying tribute to the Macho Man, Randy Savage. 1, 2, no! Strowman able to kick out of that macho elbow. And CM Punk, well, it seems as though he's only got one thing left to do, and that is put Braun Strowman to sleep. He's got Strowman up on his shoulders. CM Punk, GTS. The go to sleep connects. Strowman is out. Punk hooks the leg. 2, 3. And CM Punk scores the win over Braun Strowman here tonight, but it was not It was not an easy victory in the slightest. CM Punk, I mean, he was able to get the win tonight, but Braun Strowman, he's only getting better. And I think on another night, this might have been Braun Strowman's night. He might have walked out the winner. But he just hasn't evolved quite enough yet. CM Punk is still a league above him. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude this episode of Universe Mode. Thank you all for joining me. And as always, keep on YouTubing.